probably wondering what's up with the wall. Well, I like Guardians of the Galaxy so much that I actually wanted to get a bunch of Guardians of the Galaxy merchandise I can just hang up all over my room. So that's it. That's why I bought this bad boy. Yeah, who would have thought that putting less on the poster actually made it look and feel more badass? What do you think? But yeah, I guess it's about time I talk about Guardians of the Galaxy finally, seeing as how it's been out for like a week now, and yeah, not really first impressions if it's a week after seeing the movie, but hey, I was just kind of busy, and I'm giving you guys my video now anyway. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I just want to set this straight, and I just want to put this out there. This was my most anticipated movie of the year. This is the one I was really looking most forward to. Um, well, I was looking forward to other movies like Spider-Man and X-Men and Captain America and whatnot. I was looking forward to this one especially because those. I was thinking to myself, yeah, I'm excited for them, but I've seen enough Captain America movies, I've seen enough Spider-Man and X-Men movies. I've never seen a Marvel movie like this in my life. Like, yeah, it's a teen movie, kind of like with X-Men and stuff like that, but not one that has a tone or really a setting or any cast of characters quite like this. It really appealed to me as a really weird and pretty original and creative comic book movie. Going into this, I didn't have too much knowledge of the Guardians of the Galaxy comic books. I wasn't really a fan of those. Never really read them. Never really got into them. I studied up a little bit, on wiki searches and whatnot on before going into this movie. So I have a little bit of prior knowledge. Um, but so I can't really pass judgment on it as an adaptation. I can just pass judgment on it as a movie and as a Marvel movie. But just to put it straight out there, guys, I fucking love this movie. Like, I really fucking love this movie. This is without a doubt my favorite movie of the summer, like the summer movie to see in my opinion. I mean, fuck Transformers. This is where it's at. This is really what sums up the summer movie season, and the perfect example of summer movies. This is a Guardians of the Galaxy. I would say it's my favorite Marvel movie, but I think I've said that every single Marvel movie after the Avengers, because that's just how fucking good they are. Their movies just get better and better. Well, okay, Thor: Dark World's kind of a piece of shit, but after Thor: Dark World, they've gotten better. We only have like two movies after Thor: Dark World. Winter Soldier, now this. But they really do just get better. Captain America: Winter Soldier, I loved. But this one, I think I had a little bit more fun with. And I want to stress, I loved Winter Soldier. I loved the hell out of it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I still stand by that. I still really love it. I'm definitely gonna buy it on Blu-ray too. You'll definitely see it on my favorites list of the year, favorite movies of the year list by the end of the year. But this is the most fun I've had with a movie in such a long time. This may go down actually as one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. And I just want to stress you guys, I was anticipating this movie. I was really looking forward to it, but I didn't have any expectations of it blowing, everything out of the water. Really, like I didn't have any expectations of this being as good as it was. I just wanted to see a fun action movie, and I got that. But I also got a great cast of characters and pretty much Star Wars 2.0. Like, people were saying that this is like the next Star Wars, and this is the Star Wars like a new generation. And usually when people make that claim about like a new sci-fi movie, I think it's a really like talking out of their ass claim, and it's something I completely disagree with. And nothing's gonna top Star Wars, but yeah, this pretty much is the next. I really want to say the next Star Wars, and I completely disagree with that claim that people make, but this really is that because it's essentially the same thing, and I'll get into why later. But it really is. It really is kind of like the Star Wars for like a new generation. And you want to know the coolest thing about that? This is pretty much Star Wars meets the Marvel universe. Like, those two colliding is just the simply coolest idea ever. Like, just think about that. Star Wars meets Marvel. Yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome. It really is that. And some elements of Star Trek actually thrown in there too. But it really is like Star Wars meets, the Marvel universe. Really with the characters too. I mean, when you look at the characters, they are very much the Star Wars archetype characters from the original trilogy. Um, it really is that. But going back to this is the most fun I've had with a movie, not only this year, not only this summer, but in years. Like I've seen a lot of great movies. I've had a lot of fun with some movies. This is the first movie where I actually felt like a kid again watching it. Like this movie will remind you of all the movies that you watched as a kid. Which one of them for me being Star Wars. Like this really took me back to when I first watched the original Star Wars trilogy. It's like this is just an awesome epic space opera of epic proportions. And again, like I said, the icing on top of the cake is that this is in the Marvel universe. This is in the same vein, the same universe and cinematic universe as the fucking Avengers. Which, by the way, Marvel, if you do not have Avengers 3 culminate with the Avengers meeting the Guardians or the Guardians meeting the Avengers and fucking up Thanos, then you just did a huge disservice to your fans. I mean, who would not pay to see that? I mean, this movie is successful already. The Avengers is, fuck, they are the definition of successful, both critically and financially, especially financially. If you did not have these two collide, you are missing out badly. I mean, Batman vs. Superman is going to make a ton of money. Probably not as much as the Avengers, but a ton of money. If you one up them, which you already are doing by making, a good movie or a good series of movies, have the Guardians versus Avengers. Not necessarily them facing off against each other, but them facing off against Thanos. Have that, and you will pretty much solve the fucking world's economy. Okay, you will fix the world economy with that single given movie. But yeah, that's something I really like. It really is a movie that just watching it, I was just having so much fun. And yeah, it's a simple story. It's just some dickbag in the galaxy wants to, or turd blossom just in the galaxy trying to take over the galaxy or trying to destroy it. Nothing we haven't seen before. But here's the thing about story for me personally. Something I noticed is that movies are rarely ever original, and that is no more clear and present than today, when every single movie out nowadays is a remake, a reboot, a sequel, and I have problems with majority of movies out nowadays being reboots, remakes, and sequels, and all that shit. It definitely shows how just creatively bankrupt Hollywood is, but I have no idea with using a plot or a story that has been seen in other movies. Like again, bringing up Star Wars. Star Wars is just a giant melting pot. It's just this giant culmination of all different plots from a bunch of different film series. Flash Gordon, Metropolis, a bunch of different movies, Kurosawa, samurai films. Are just a big, like I said, melting pot of different plots and different characters. And that was a success. So why is it that people complain about unoriginal stories, but that gets a pass? Well, the more I've realized is why that gets a pass is not really with the story, but with the characters. If you have an unoriginal story or a story that's been used or recycled many times before, then what you need to rely on is your characters. If you can create an emotional connection between your characters in the movie and the audience, and you don't have that much of an original story, they're not going to care about the story. They're going to care about the characters, and that's where Star Wars was, great in. Its characters. They were relatable. They almost seemed real. You really wanted them to be real. That's where it all relied on, and that's where really a movie for me personally counts. Not really with the story. Like, look, if you can create an original story for a movie, then more power to you. I mean, I do think there should be more original creative stories in Hollywood and in films now. But if you don't have that, what you really need to rely on is your characters. If you can create an emotional connection with your audience and your characters in the film, then you're set and they will go on whatever adventure that they're going to go, even if it's not as original as it seems. That's just movies. And that's really what a story to me personally doesn't matter. As long as its characters are good, you will go on that adventure no matter how ridiculous or, like I said, overused or recycled that plot is. And that's where Guardians of the Galaxy is just excels in. It's, a plot we've all seen before, but really what it relies on is characters. And its characters are absolutely fucking amazing. They are really the best part in this movie. Chris Pratt, who I will go on again to say is my fucking favorite actor probably working today, at least the most likable actor working today, plays Peter Jason Quill, Star-Lord in this movie. And something I actually have done was I did look up some of the stuff from this character prior to seeing this movie, just to have a little, again, prior knowledge before seeing this movie. And in the comic books, he wasn't as goofy or, ridiculous as he is in this movie. He's more, I guess he's more of a serious character in the comic books, which usually I would, you know, take off points for because it's not, being entirely faithful to the source material. But if the change works, then that's fine. Again, I can't really pass judgment on this as an adaptation because I didn't read the source material prior to seeing this. I just have a little bit of knowledge about it. But if it fits the movie and it fits the tone in the movie, some changes, then it's fine. And this is where it does because him being a little bit ridiculous and goofy in the movie actually does work. And okay, this is really weird, but his fucking costume is awesome. I know it's really weird, and this is just a quick thought I want to get across, but his costume is the coolest fucking costume I think I've seen in any Marvel movie ever. Better than the Iron Man suit, better than the Captain America suit, better than the Thor suit. Star Wars suit is the fucking coolest. Look at this. Look, I want to show you guys. Look at this. I'm building the fucking helmet right now. Building it. I didn't go to the fucking Target or whatever and buy a cheap shitty one for $20. I'm fucking building it. By the way, tell me how it looks. I really want to know. But his character is really fucking funny in this movie. He was the most funniest part of the movie, besides Rocket and Groot, which I'll get to in a minute. And that was another thing I really liked about the movie. The humor was very balanced. The beginning of the movie turned a lot of people off, and a lot of people found it really sporadic and really odd. The opening shows, again, spoilers, in the title. It shows Peter's mom dying of presumably cancer. They don't really go into it that much. And it has her dying of cancer, and then him being abducted. That's how he gets brought into space and becomes Star-Lord. And and then we cut to 26 years later in the future or whatever, and we see him in, doing what he does, which is, looking for, valuable objects throughout the galaxy. And we see him turn on his Walkman, and he turns on the music, Gotta Get Your Love by Redbone, which I'll get to that soundtrack in a minute. That's a fucking great soundtrack. And he just starts dancing and goofing around in the opening titles of the movie. It turned a lot of people off because it goes from mother dying of cancer to dancing your ass off to the main titles of the movie. Yeah, I definitely was very, I get shocked by that, but I found it really funny because the movie had me actually really give a shit about this character, almost on the verge of tears, because it's like, this kid's mom dying of, cancer. It's something that even some of us can actually relate to. It's really, really a sad moment. And it has you laugh your ass off to seeing that same character whose mom just died dancing his ass off, but when he's older, that's great. When a movie can make you cry in the beginning and then literally the next scene later, laugh your ass off. I thought that was really good. That kind of sums up the movie a lot too, is it will have you laughing, crying. It's just an emotional roller coaster. You'll be laughing, crying, not really knowing what to do. It's great. It's really, really funny. The humor was the best part of it entirely, and Chris Pratt does a great job with that. Again, Chris Pratt, I know from, I've seen his work from Parks and Recreation, where he plays Andy Dwyer, loved him in that, and he's really inspirational, and again, he's one of my favorite actors because he's a little bit big, he was kind of chubby in Parks and Recreation, and he got fucking jacked, like, he got ripped to be in this movie, and it's kind of, like I said, inspirational, like, dude looks good, like, I wish I could just be as good as he is. And that's something that, like I said, it's pretty inspirational for me personally. For a lot of people too, but he did a great job with what he was getting. And again, not sure if he was entirely the role was the way he was written was entirely faithful to the comic books, but for what the movie was and for how the movie worked, it was fine for me personally. Best part of the movie. We also have Dave Bautista of WWE fame as Drax the Destroyer, who, when I first heard that, I was like, oh, it's a wrestler in an action movie. That's not going to be good. Because, wrestlers aren't really known to be the greatest actors out there, but for what he did, he was actually pretty well casted for this role. I mean, it's almost a wrestler backstory, pretty much, where all these wrestlers have these, made up, backstories for, the wrestling shows that go on. This is almost like a wrestler backstory, so I thought it was actually really fitting for Dave Bautista, where, someone murdered his family, somebody, murdered his wife, his kids, and took his home, destroyed his people, and now he's out for revenge. It is very WWE-like. In fact, I would actually love to see Dave Bautista actually show up at WWE dressed in the Drax makeup and wrestle as Drax the Destroyer. That'd be really, really cool. And his character had a running gag, which is he doesn't understand um, metaphors, and that's really funny. Apparently, no alien understands metaphors at all. I don't know, but with him, it was really, really funny. Like, someone will say, metaphors go over his head, and he's like, metaphors will go over my head. I have fast reflexes. I catch it. It's really, really funny. And we also have Zoe Saldana as Gamora, who is the love interest in the movie, the adopted daughter of Thanos. She does great too. Not just there for eye candy, which is really good. She's pretty badass in the movie, and definitely a welcome addition to this team. The two breakout characters that everyone's talking about, and the two characters that are pretty much the marketing power behind this movie is Groot and Rocket Raccoon. Let's first talk about Groot, who's voiced by Vin Diesel. Now, I first heard that Vin Diesel was playing or voicing Groot in this movie. I didn't mind it. I think Vin Diesel is a good actor, a great actor in action movies especially. But I thought it was really pointless because this is a character who only has 3 lines of dialogue in the entire movie. So it seemed really, really not only pointless but kind of a waste of Vin's time. I mean, he's without a doubt glad he's getting paid to voice this character. I mean, everyone's glad to get paid eventually. Um, but I just thought it was really pointless to get a big named actor like Vin Diesel to voice a character with well, 4 lines dialogue in the entire movie. It just seemed really pointless, and it just seemed to be casted that way because of well, he's a big named actor and people go see him. But he actually did a really good job, and even with those 3 lines of dialogue actually gives Groot a lot of personality. I'm also under the impression, I think he also did some motion capture work for it, so he did technically act as Groot too. Um, but he's just so goddamn lovable. He pretty much is the Iron Giant as the character that Vin Diesel also voiced. I guess Vin Diesel just has a thing for playing big, lovable aliens, and I'm not complaining one bit about that because he pretty much plays them really good. He adds so much personality to this character Groot, and he only has 3 full lines of dialogue, and that's really impressive because